United States to make a nuclear attack on China.
Got yourself something funky.